Good morning, Tony Dattino, doing my Live with Tony. I am the founder of the USA Memory Championship and in the middle of prepping for the 24th event that we're having in September at Full Sail University. They have been wonderful at providing the production studio for us and the students and the project that we can then utilize and get the messaging out to as many people as possible on social media. So we'll be doing a live event this year, but editing that out and putting out a 2-hour broadcast of it. Which brings me to today's question, dilemma. The question is, why do we have the USA Memory Championship? And we've got lots of people that are learning more and more about the importance of memory, and as a few medical folks have told me in the past week, memory is one of the most important topics that their patients have, the important concerns that their patients have, and biggest worries that their patients have. And the event that you're doing is really highlighting the fact that there's a hope for people. There are things that they can do in their lifestyle. So you're reading more and more about the importance of making changes to your lifestyle. So there's more and more being provided that shares the importance of mental challenges and social interactions that actually help build and maintain better brain health. So that's the good side of it. And what we've been trying to do, my goal of the Memory Championship was to demonstrate to people that there are systems and mnemonics, ways of actually enhancing your memory. So I like to tell people I don't think of the word memory as a noun. I think of it as a verb, meaning there's activities that you can engage in that can actually build that skill. It's just like a carpenter or a plumber or a mechanic that's learning a skill on how to improve your brain health. And I look at it no differently. As I was on a Zoom call today, these are no longer thought of as the soft skills, right? And people have soft skills. Well, these are hard. These are skills that really help to encode and help change some of the physiology of our brain, which is what we're concerned about as we get older. So there's really nothing soft about it. It's really taking the time to, first of all, believing that you can improve your memory at any age. Number two, you're willing to learn what those skills are. And number three, you're willing to practice those. And number four is you'll apply them and utilize them in different aspects of your life. So to all of those dimensions, there's a positive look that we want people to have towards their memory. Michael Dattino is currently working with students at Columbia University on a 3-year educational study being done on how do these techniques help change people's views? How do they help change their mental fitness? Is there physiological change that actually takes place in the process of learning these techniques and skills? And so that's been my purpose. And we have a MIT neurologist, a researcher who just is a big positive person to work with, Robert Ajamian at MIT, who's been a big supporter. And so we're back to, as we have gone to the world of COVID or lack thereof, I'm trying to think of the right way to put it, where we worry less about social interactions with COVID. We're looking at bringing the Memory Championship back to MIT versus having it at Full Sail. And Full Sail has been terrific. So for 2023, done deal, we're at Full Sail. Not a problem. But we get such a value at doing it there. It's like, okay, is this now our new home, as long as they're willing to be a part of it, and that they're willing to host it. And it does take them the chunk of work, and the professor there that helps us has just been terrific. And so we've got a good thing that's there. We've done it with them now. This is going to be our 3rd year, and so we go through that process. So venue is important. We're thinking of doing a symposium, a brain symposium at MIT as a way of bringing the academic institution on board, which we feel is very important in terms of bringing some of the science behind it or the research that's being done. So these are just all of the things that are happening that are causing my head to spin. And I think they're all good. I mean, the fact that we're getting the kind of awareness and memory is being put out into the domain more and more frequently now, as two medical people told me in the past week. It's like memory is the hot topic, and it gets hot with people even in their 50s. It's not only for those that are older, but it's a topic for people that start to worry about it in their 30s, especially if there are family members or other people in their lives that have been touched by a form of dementia or Alzheimer's. I see it at the Brain Fitness Academy that Michael and Catherine do Mondays and Fridays with the people who have come into there with different Parkinson's or stroke or early cognitive impairment, and the difference it's making in their lives. So I feel really good in the sense that we're on a topic that has great importance and meaning for people and very much interest. It's now, how do I bring all of this together in a positive way that we can create win-wins for more and more people recognizing the value of what we're doing and why we're doing it. And that's been 24 years of work, getting people to not run away from the subject, not run for the door, so to speak, but engage in learning what little simple things that they can do. This does not have to be some complicated, complex thing. It's a matter of giving up 15 minutes 2 times a week instead of sitting at your TV or doing whatever it is that you may be doing for 15 minutes a couple of times a week, and just pull that together. As one of our memory champions, Jafar, who's written the book Moonwalking with Einstein, has said, 15 minutes 3 times a week, and I entered the competition. I became a memory champion, and writes the book Moonwalking with Einstein. So it's not like you have to take hours and hours and change your whole life and flip your whole lifestyle upside down, but that you can take 15 minutes a couple of times a week and learn some of these things and then practice them. So you might start with names and faces. How do I learn how to improve my ability to retain people's names and information about them when I meet them? How do I remember doing a list of chores or a list of grocery items when I go shopping, and I have to write it down on a piece of paper? Or how might I use my brain and an exercise of mental challenge to do things? Remember what I want to do in the shopping store, but also help build some of that memory muscle inside of our brains, or we call it now today cognitive reserve. How do I understand, when I'm reading, how do I ensure that I'm comprehending more and more what I'm reading, especially if I need it for work, or am I just reading for pleasure? So why am I reading it? What am I consuming and grading out of that? So these are all of the different elements I go through in trying to come up with the best way and the best venue and the best social media strategies. And I've got some really terrific people that are working with our team today to really promote this on a much broader scale than we've ever promoted it before, because the messaging is timely, it's clearly a need, and when we see the people that we are touching and the changes it has made in their lives, it keeps our passion and our energy and excitement moving forward to continuing to use our creativity to get the best vehicles of communicating the messaging and the proof of that messaging out to more and more people, so that people don't have to be as concerned about dementia and Alzheimer's and what happens if my brain doesn't function as well as it did at one point in time. Got one more broadcast this Friday before I take a week off, and it's off to a Disney cruise come Saturday morning. So you will see me one more time before we'll have a week's pause as I go about cruising along a Disney cruise ship. So enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you back here on Friday.